Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Monday, March 21st, 2016, around 7:36 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's snowing out right now at a pretty good clip. Supposed to end by 9 o'clock today, and then the sun's going to come out and melt what snow we had today, which is going to be 3 to 4 inches because the sun angle is getting very high. So whatever falls today is going to be probably gone for by Wednesday or Thursday. No school in Billerica because of this snowstorm. It was originally a 2-hour delay, but the conditions that got worse, so they decided no school. It's better safe than sorry, and they only had 2 snow days they used this year, so 3's not going to hurt them, and it's probably the last snow day of the year, but you never know. We could get a snowstorm in April, May, or June. Some news to report. The Boston Celtics losing streaks over at 4 because they beat Philadelphia 76ers by a score of 120-105. Sixers are the worst team in the league. And also the NCAA men's basketball tournament for the first 2 rounds ended Sunday, and 6 out of the 16 teams left are from the ACC. And that's about it on the news. My first video blog subject of the day is a new list. It's the top 50 greatest television game shows of all time. Game shows are the ultimate reality show, and they've been on television for over 75 years. There's 2 TV networks devoted to game shows. GSN, the Game Show Network, on cable, and Buzzer, a digital over-the-air game show network, which is shown locally in Boston on WLVI TV 56.2. And game shows have been real popular in the 1970s and 80s. They dominated daytime television, just like the equivalents of talk shows dominating daytime television right now. And here are the top 50 game shows from numbers 50 through 41 on this list, the first of a series. Number 50 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, 1 vs. 100, which ran on NBC for 2 seasons, 2006 through 2008, and then again on GSN in 2010. Bob Saget hosted the NBC version, while Carrie Ann Nabhani hosted the GSN version. It was one person facing off against 100 with the mob, and the object was trying to get the one person to eliminate the mob. It was a very fun game show. Number 49 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, Win, Lose, or Draw, developed by Burt and Burke Productions, Burt Convy and Burt Reynolds. It was a drawing game show. It ran on NBC for 2 seasons, 1987 through 1989. Vicki Lawrence Schultz hosted it, and syndicated version 3 years, hosted by Burt Convy for 2 and Rob Rella for the last season. It was a pretty fun game show. The concept of Win, Lose, or Draw came out of Burt Reynolds' house. It was like a party game. Number 48 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, Celebrity Sweepstakes, hosted by Jim McKellar. And it lasted for 2 seasons on NBC, 1974 through 1976. It was also in syndication for 2 years, 1974, 1976. It was 2 contestants facing off against 6 celebrities. It was like a horse race. They had to pick the odds, which if they got it right and stuff, it was a very funny game show. Number 47 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, Tattletales, a game of celebrity gossip, which had 2 runs on CBS from 1974 through 1978, and then again from 1982 through 1984. Burt Convy hosted it, produced by Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. Very popular game show. Reruns of it on Buzzer. And number 46 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, Body Language, which was the game of the Uninhibited, which lasted 2 seasons on CBS from 1984 through 1986, hosted by Tom Kennedy. It was kind of a variation of charades. They had to guess 5 clues and go into the puzzle, and they had to solve the puzzles in real fun. And a lot of great celebrities played, including Betty White, Charles Nelson Riley, Lucille Ball, Richard Simmons, and a lot of others. It's on Buzzer! Number 45 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, Hollywood Showdown, which was a GSN original, and also it was on PAX for 2 seasons, 2000-2001, hosted by Todd Newton. And Hollywood Showdown combined the elements of Jackpot with and another game show about like clues about stuff with Hollywood, which was pretty good. Number 44 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, Chain Reaction, which was on NBC for about 7 months, hosted by Bill Cullen in 1980. It's one word that leads to another. Celebrities and contestants played. That got the Death Noontime slot, but it was reran a couple of times in the 80s on the old CBN network and then USA network. It was revived in 1986. It was actually developed for Canadian television. Blake Edmonds hosted it for about a year in Canada. Then it was co-produced for the USA Network from 1986 through 1991, hosted by Jeff Edwards. What you are! And then they had 2 other versions, 2006 and 2015 on GSN. Number 43 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, 21. 21 was a question and answers game show back in the 50s, hosted by Jack Barry. It was kind of played like blackjack, but with questions ranging from 1 point to 11 points. The 1 points are easier, the 11 points are harder. The hardest. And it was it was on NBC. It was a very intriguing game show, but eventually it was fixed, and that basically had Jack Barry's career go down the drain for a long time. It was revived in 2000, a clean version. It was hosted by Maury Povich. It was on NBC. It lasted a few months and was kind of popular. I wonder if Maury had all the contestants take a lie detector test to be on the show. Say, "You are the father!" Number 42 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, the Celebrity Name Game, which is hosted by Craig Ferguson. That's on syndication. Been on for 2 years now. It's real popular. Celebrities play with contestants, guessing people, places, and things. Very fun game show. It's also on Pop TV. And number 41 on this list of the greatest television game shows of all time, to end it right here for the first video blog on this, is Split Second. Split Second was a question and answer game show that originally aired on ABC from 1972 through 1975, hosted by Tom Kennedy, produced by Monty Hall and Stephen Hayden. It was a fast-paced question and answers game show, and the bonus game is trying to win a car. And if the contestants won 5 games, they automatically got the car. And also, this was revived in 1986 and 1987 in syndication, actually produced in Canada. Monty Hall hosted it himself. It's a fun game show. Probably later on, maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll do video blogs on Split Second. And that's about it on this. Tomorrow will be from numbers 40 through 31. Be back later, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus for 2 more video blogs. One video blog will be about the NCAA men's hockey tournament, the predictions I'm going to make. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about Pro Basketball Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO Oxen has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning. She's the best. And Amy Swemsey rocks. And in the words of Dee Patel, last week, no bus. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. Questions, comments, concerns, shout-outs, plugs, send it to me. It's going to be a little bit of a delay on the next Ask Rich bulletin because I don't have enough questions to do a video blog, so I'm delaying it to maybe about a week or so. So send those questions in, please. Have a good day.